Okay, we're back here for the second half. The captains are just coming out to do their handshakes. Medfield is led by Captain Mike Welch, number 62. Captain Chris Ripp, number 7. Captain Andre Collins, number 55. And Captain Pat McClay, number 36. Seniors all here playing their last game for Medfield High School. And today it's the Super Bowl. Medfield is going to receive the kick to start the second half, and they can really use the ball because they have been shut out here in the first half, 15-0. Although they were able to drive all the way down to the 4-yard line, they couldn't get in.
Yeah, Pete, just quickly, I'll go over a couple of stats. Medfield ran 26 times for 71 yards. They were 3 for 4 passing for 26 yards. Swampscott ran the ball 28 times for 70 yards. And in the air, they were 4 for 8 for 87 yards. So, I'm sorry, 13 for 70 yards running. 13 times running for Swampscott, 70 yards total, 4 for 8 passing, 87 yards. So about 157 yards of total offense for Swampscott. Medfield sitting at just about 100 yards of total offense. But the real key there, Pete, was they have to come back here. I think they can. I think the secondary for Medfield is able to make the big plays. We'll evaluate the loss of Donnelly and see how that's going to come into play. That was a big factor, and Hostowski, Bedosian, Gumas are going to have to step it up here on the running attack in the second half.
You're absolutely right, Jerry. Looks like Medfield's got Jake Kramer back with Mark Hostowski, and it's the deep end. Yes, Jake Kramer on the far side. I believe it's Hostowski on the near side. We're just about ready for the second half of the Super Bowl, Division III, and here we go. Nice kick.
Wow.
Kramer picks it up in the bounce in the end zone. He's out to about the 15-yard line. Medfield's going to take over. He's pretty quick when he's in the open field, but boy, that was sort of a risky play there, picking that ball up, bouncing in the end zone.
Yeah, that's a tough one, taking it out.
He's an exciting player, Jake Kramer. He's in taking over for Drew Donnelly, as far as we can tell. And here comes Luke Swain for the second half. Number 10, the senior. He's led Medfield the whole season, all season long. Looks like Medfield's got the big house, full house backfield here. Oh, hit hard there.
Kostovsky, the ball carry. Give me 11 defensively. Give a yard on the play, second down to 9. Warriors at their own 18.
Well, Pete, any of the yards that Medfield's going to pick up, on the ground up the middle, it looks like those are going to be the tough yards.
Yep.
Power eye with the split left.
With Mike Welch and Andrew Collins in the backfield, blocking for Mark Hostowski. He's running right. He's trying to get around the corner. Was not able to get around the corner. Medfield is struggling against the big blue here of Swampscott. It's the last time these seniors are going to play together. I know they want to go out in a winning note. They had a nice drive at the end of the first half. They had 2 nice drives at the end of the first half, but were unable to convert into points.
Well, field position is going to play, a critical factor in the second half. You'd like to see them be able to pick up a first down here, so they're not punting, deep from their own end. Nice rollout. He is open if he can hit him. Beautiful pass. What an incredible pass.
That ball's complete up to the 35-yard line to Chris Ripp. Captain Pat McClay made the catch. That's a first down for the Warriors.
Well, one thing, Swain, we've seen it a few times, that rolling to his left and throwing across his body, and he did a great job. It looked like for a second he was going to take the ball, hold it down, and then he pulled it up and threw an absolute strike over outstretched Swampscott defender. Great completion by Swain.
That was a nice job. There were actually a couple of men open right there on the left-hand side, but it's 1st and 10 for the Warriors about the 30-yard line. This is Jake Kramer running to his right.
Wow.
carries.
Looks like he got tripped up in the backfield here before he was able to get around the corner.
The 3, Ryan Squires. Defensively.
Jake's a junior, 170 pounds, 5'11",
9.
filling in for injured Drew Donnelly. We have no word because we're up in the stands and no one's going to talk to us. But Donnelly appears to be out on the offense and the defense. Looked like he hurt his left arm. So it's a 2nd down and 9 for the Warriors. Bedosian in motion. Hit up goes to Harry Bedosian. Nice block on the outside. He's running behind Kramer.
Ball is carried by Harry Bedosian.
Gets it up just shy of the 40-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
Shonio.
About 3rd and 5.
Justin Mitchell, we're in the Swampscott. Midfield, 39-yard line. 3rd down and 5.
Ball's marked at the 39-yard line of midfield. Warriors in control. They got Mike Wells and Andrew Collins in the backfield blocking for Mark Ostofsky. Swain goes back to pass. He's got some time. He fires. That ball's complete to Andrew Collins.
Wow.
Big Andrew Collins makes the catch and gets a midfield 1st down. That is his first pass reception of the season.
And
He's a guy who can do it all.
Couldn't have happened at a better time. And I like what they, I like what they did with that. They, had a nice play action pass and rolling out, and you're not expecting the big cat to have to make a catch like that. He made a great hands catch. Not sure what they're doing here.
Midfield timeout.
No, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. Is that a legal touch or?
The referees may be confused because it was big number 55 who made the grab, but here's the explanation.
This is a tough penalty. This is a tough penalty.
Illegal touch. Number 55 white. That's a 5-yard penalty for previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
When he checks into a game, he needs to let the official know that he's eligible.
That's a shame. That was a really nice play by the Warriors. Picked up the 1st down. It's going to make it back to about a 3rd and 10.
That's tough.
Ball's marked about the 34-yard line.
Well,
3rd and 10.
Collins with that catch not only surprised Swampscott, he surprised the rest, which is they don't take surprising well.
Swain over to his right. He's looking downfield. Going to fire that ball. Looking for Goomis. It's incomplete on the far sideline in front of the midfield bench. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Boy, Jerry thinks it turned in a hurry here. It's first a moment ago, and we lost it. Now forced a kick.
4th and 10 for the Warriors.
Yeah, a little surprised on the.
Working at their own
I'm wondering if Collins, on a play where he was one of the receivers, on why he wouldn't have registered with the officials as being eligible.
Andre Abahala back to punt. He's standing about his own 20. Much better. Just barely got that one away. There was pressure all over him. Ball's taking a midfield bounce to inside the 35-yard line. Boy, they were lucky to get that one away.
Yeah, Pete. I think after last time where they didn't rush the punter on the high snap and the fumble by Abahala, I think, looking at the conditions and looking at the first poor snap, they figured they got nothing to lose. Surprised he took an interesting angle, and unfortunately for them, very fortunate for us, he took an outside angle that took him out of the play.
Okay, so midfield's going to take over on defense here at the 35-yard line. They trail 15-0. We're halfway through the 3rd quarter here. Swampscott in control. Head up goes to Levin. He's got a lot of running room. Fumble. Swampscott's able to fall on that, but that was a nice running play and a pickup of almost 20 yards.
Ilya Levin carried, fumbled on the play, recovered by number 1, Stephen Moran. It's a 1st down for the big
Saw Chris Warren down there in the bottom. Number 24 made the initial hit, took him down.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen Andre Abahala out of position. He overran. I don't know if they had a blitz coming from the outside, but he you know, he overcommitted, and the running back was able to cut it up right inside.
1st and 10 from about the 44. The ball's on the ground. Chris
Looks
Rip
like
is in there digging for the ball. But I think Kinsley came back up with it.
Fumble recovery by number 16, Peter Kinchley.
Kinsley comes up with his own fumble. He lost the handle. His hands are probably cold. It's in single digits here with the wind chill factor. Chris Rip was right there, just couldn't get his hands on the ball. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 15.
You know, this team, the Swampscott's got so many weapons. It's going to be critical for Medfield's defense to stay on their assignments and do what they've done all year, be very disciplined in their positions, because if they're out of position, they'll take advantage of it. Nice job.
Better job by Medfield that time, filling the holes. Peter Goomis is the bottom man on that tackle. James Thomas in there as well. 4:32 left here in the 3rd quarter. It's got to bring up a 3rd down and about 12. Big play here for the Warriors. They really got to shut this down and get the ball back.
Well, I know they want to get pressure on them. The key is, again, make sure they maintain their lanes here. Make sure that, you know, that they don't give any running lanes for Kinchley here.
Shotgun
coming.
from Mason, back to pass. That's complete. And that's going to be a 1st down and a nice open field tackle by Pat McClay. But that was a nice grab by Jordan Kelly. Was able to pick up the 1st down. That was a big play right there.
Patrick McClay.
Well, it's clear, you know, Pete, if they're going to blitz, and that time they brought in Goomis blitzing on a backer, they're going to have to get to him, because these receivers, when they get open, they know what to do with the ball.
Yeah, they certainly seem to be excellent in the open field. So it's a 1st and 10. The ball's marked about 36-yard line. There's a handoff, and there's room around the left. Up there, almost enough for another 1st down. That was Kyle Shonio was able to drive off of the tackle and pick up about 9. We'll call it 10 for a 1st down.
You know, Pete, they hit the slot exactly where Medfield vacated to blitz. They were bringing pressure to the left-hand side, the offense is right, and that's exactly where Swampscott was able to get a quick hit.
Okay, 4 men in the pattern. Once again, it's a 1st down. The ball's marked at the 26-yard line of Medfield territory.
Bringing pressure from the outside.
Shonio, once again, right up the middle. He's stopped there right at the line of scrimmage. Short pickup there. Pickup of about 1. Medfield really filled the gaps on that. The linebackers came right up. Jake Kramer in there on the tackle. Shonio out and Levin back in, number 24 at the backfield. Swampscott shotgun formation, no huddle. 4 men in the pattern, calling signals.
I'd like to see a pick here.
Looking for the end zone. And Harry Bedosian looks like made a nice tackle over there on the far side, just shy of the 1st down.
Trevor Wheeler on the reception.
That was Trevor Wheeler being taken down by Harry Bedosian. Nice job by Harry over on the far side. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
Yard line, it'll be 3rd down and 3.
Two down territory down here in the midfield red zone. It's really time for a turnover, Jerry. You're absolutely right.
Well, they almost had the one on Kinchley on the fumble, but
they've really spread Medfield out here on defense as Kinchley is calling signals. Hand off to Levin, right up to his left. Looks like it's going to be enough for a 1st down. They're going to mark that ball up around the 11-yard line. Andre Abahala in on the tackle. The Medfield's really going to get cracking here. There's 1:40 left here in the 3rd quarter. Already down 15-0. This is a big play for Medfield. 1st and 10 from about the 11. Going back to pass, and he's in the grass. He was in the grass and was able to get away. There's a block in the back on the far side.
They called it.
And there's the flag. It's about time.
forced out of bounds by.
Yeah, it looked like the block in the back, I think on Bedosian. I'm not sure who it was on, but against us, I mean.
Right.
Who they hit. See if we can see it on the replay here. Goomis had him in the grasp. He was able to sneak free. Yeah, it was Bedosian who got blocked in the back. So.
Yep. Well, it was a
Illegal
couple.
block in the back. Number 8, Blue, will repeat first down.
Get a shot
Well,
at
we
it.
like that.
So it's going to be 1st and 20 for Swampscott as they're moving backward. The ball's marked just about the 20-yard line, just outside the 20. They really spread midfield out with this formation. Oh, and there goes Levin. He bursts up over the 10-yard line. Nice pickup there of about 12 or 13 yards.
Made by Patrick McClay.
He's an excellent-looking running back, Ilya Levin.
Well, Pete, what's interesting is Medfield's playing with no, virtually on that series, no down linemen. Everyone is up. They're back to a more traditional set here where they got a couple linemen down, but they're a lot of folks playing with their hands off the ground, trying to compensate for this spread offense.
2nd and 7. The ball's about the 10-yard line. Hand up goes to Shonio. He breaks a tackle. He breaks another tackle. He gets up over the 5-yard line as he works his way closer and closer to the end zone.
Defensively, it was Jake Kramer on the stop for midfield.
And this all goes back to the fact that that pass that Andrew Collins caught, he never declared himself to be eligible receiver.
5-yard line to midfield.
Yeah, no, good point, Pete. That was a huge play, not able to pick up the first down, and this drive started all the way from their 35, and they've been able to march the ball and take time off the clock as well.
Brings up a 3rd and about 3 here. Hand out to Shonio. Fights his way, gets stacked up just shy of the goal line.
Shonio carry.
Looks like he did pick up the first down, though.
If he does, that's going to be 1st and goal. And that's it for the 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters of play, it's Swampscott Big Blue 15, Medfield Warriors nothing.
As they come back up the field.
Just 10 minutes left here in this Super Bowl contest. This is Medfield's return trip. They are, in fact, the defending Super Bowl champions of Division III after winning it last year against Whittier. But they really need some breaks to go their way and really make some hay here in the early going.
Yeah, Pete, they've driven the ball about 60 yards on this last drive. Couple of opportunities to make stops. Kinchley fumbling it on that, on the shotgun snap, and unfortunately for Medfield, bounced in a way that he could get his own. But sitting here at the 1-yard line at this point, Medfield's going to need to make a defensive stand, hope for a turnover here at this point, because with this kind of weather, a 3-touchdown deficit's going to be too much really to overcome.
All right, go along with that, Jerry. I think they need a little luck. I'm good. So the ball is marked at the 1-yard line, and we're just starting the 4th quarter. Medfield is going to need a break here, some kind of turnover would be the best possible scenario. Maybe a screen pass that gets intercepted. We need something big.
Well, on first down, I can't imagine they're going to put this ball in the air. They got 3 opportunities at least, so I don't think Medfield's going to see this ball, being thrown. This is going to be a lineup and
Knock them down.
Knock them down.
You're absolutely right. Always talking about what a beautiful facility we get to do our games at, and this is really a beautiful facility. The Gillette Stadium in Foxborough is kind enough to host these games here for the MIAA. What an opportunity for these kids.
Yeah, it really is truly one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. You got to give kudos to the Crafts and the Patriots, not only in putting a fantastic team to watch every Sunday in the fall, but to open up the facility here for what, win or lose, is a phenomenal experience for these kids.
Experience of a lifetime. Well, it's first and goal at the 1-yard line for Swampscott. They're in shotgun formation with the 4 receivers. Lone back in the backfield, Shonio. Motion left to right. Kinsley heads out to Shonio, and he is in for the touchdown.
Kyle Shonio goes in from the 1-yard line for a score.
That puts Swampscott up 21-0. Really too bad, and I think it all goes back to that play that Collins made that he ruled that was no good.
Yeah, that ends up being a huge swing.
Absolutely.
You go from a big pickup, first down, move the chains, control the ball, keep the Swampscott offense off the field. And I'm still, got to admit, very confused on if he was going to be an eligible receiver, why he's not checking in.
Right.
So that's something up here. Obviously, we're not privy to.
Right.
But they went with a power I formation right, leaked him out of the backfield, and again, an incredible athletic play. He obviously made a fantastic catch. All hands. You're not expecting that from your big guys.
Very Mike Bravel-like.
Yeah, a good point.
Well, this is a very unfortunate turn of events. Swampscott has gone in and scored again. They are now up 22-0 with 9:56 left here in the fourth quarter. Medfield's going to return the kick. They have Mark Kostovsky back deep, along with Jake Kramer. The second level has got Max Zuccarini and Harry Bedosian. Then Chris Ripp and Andre Abahala. Medfield has a 3-tier defensive setup, depending on how they're going to kick this, because the kickers look pretty good.
Yeah, he had one. The first kickoff that they had after the first touchdown was a short one, but that last one that Kramer fielded out of the end zone, impressive kick. I think he's kicking into the wind here. So, if I'm Medfield, I'd cheat up a little bit and hope that you got a chance here to be able to break one and get some quick points on the board.
Well, Kramer and Hostowski back deep. They're standing about their own 11-yard line. There's an onside kick. Looks like Chris Warren came up with that ball for Medfield.
I don't get this call at all. I have no idea why you would do this. Up 21 points. You're giving them field position starting at the 45. And, Medfield has not been the kind of team, to lack discipline this year. So you're not going to catch them sleeping. So I got to say thank you, Swampscott, for letting us start the ball at the 46.
Chris Warren was up there on the hands team, was able to make the grab, and Medfield's got it. 1st and 10. The ball's at the 46-yard line. Medfield spreading him out with 2 receivers to both sides. That ball's complete. Nice job
like
there.
Kramer.
That was Jake Kramer with a reception, pickup of 4 or so. 3. Looks like it's going to be a 2nd down and 7 or so. Second down and 8. Swain back in shotgun formation. He's got Goomas to his right. He's got a lot of time this time. He's looking down the field, looking for Barbahala. Looked like he got bumped from behind.
Yeah, but he was making a play on the ball.
That ball goes out of bounds, incomplete. Unable to catch that one.
Well, as we talked about, Pete, you wouldn't like for a Medfield team to be lining up shotgun and looking more like Swampscott here late in the game, because that's a sign that you're behind and as a 21-point deficit. But there is time. They still have 3 timeouts. If they're able to pick up a first down here, they're obviously, with this situation, they're going, it's 4-down territory because you don't have enough time to do anything else.
Swaying back to pass. He's got some time. He's in the pocket. That's in and out of the hands.
Sailed the ball a little bit.
Off Harry Bedosian. The ball was a little bit high. Harry wasn't even to come down with it. You're right, Jerry's going to bring down a 4th down on this play right here. I'm sure Medfield's going to go for it.
So this is really the season for them. They're going to make a comeback here with 9 minutes, 9:14 left here in the in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to pick this up. If they turn it over here with this type of field position, it's going to be very hard for them to manufacture enough offense here in the fourth quarter to come back. So
have to go along with that, Jerry. Swain in shotgun formation. It's 4th down and 7. He's looking left. He's got some time. He's going to
be able to pick it
He's
up.
going to pick it up.
What
He's
a
up to
great
the 40.
read. Don't block him in the back.
Just shy
Nice
of the
job.
35-yard line. That's Luke Swain and a big pickup right there of about 13, 14 yards. Excellent awareness there by Luke Swain. Is able to make that play. It's a first down. The ball's going to be marked at the 37-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Warriors. And here they come to the line. Bedozzi and Abahala this side. Kramer to the far side. 4 men in the pattern. Handoff goes to Harry Bedozzi. He's running to his left. He's got a block to the outside. If he can get around the corner, picks up about 10.
Looks like a hold.
And there's a flag on the play as Harry was able to turn the corner and get it up to the first down marker. And it is the hold on Medfield. That ball's going to come back.
Well, unfortunately, as Bedozzi got to the outside, there was some pressure, and to be honest, he wouldn't have been able to turn it without that hold. So
10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
the only good news is from the spot of the foul. So
Right.
he had already picked up some yardage at that point in time. Looks like he had picked up about 5 or 6 yards. So
41-yard line of Swampscott.
1st and 14.
Yep, 1st and 14. Ball's marked about the 41-yard line. Swain in shotgun formation with 4 receivers in the pattern. He's got time once again. Got pressure on. He's going deep down the sidelines. Looking for Pat McClay down, standing around the 10-yard line, but that ball sails out of bounds.
Bring up a 2nd down. 13 from the 41.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 13. The ball's still at the 41. Swampscott with a commanding 22-0 lead here in the fourth quarter. As time is slipping away for the Warriors. But it is Super Bowl Saturday, and I'd like to see him go in and put some points on the board. Bedozzi in motion, right to left. Swain's going to keep him himself. He's got a big hole. Oh, and he gets tagged as the linebacker really came up and shot the gap and was able to get a good shot on the quarterback.
Swain with a key.
The holes are there, but just for a second.
Yeah, a very quick Swampscott defense.
Yes.
If they're out of position, they've been able to get back in position quickly. And again, they haven't really been out of position that much. Not a lot of open running lanes for them.
Right.
They're not blitzing a lot. They're dropping into coverage and they're staying at home. So you got to give Swampscott credit both offensively and defensively. A well-coached team.
Swain back in shotgun formation. He's got some time. He's in the pocket. He's got some room. He's still looking downfield. And he finds Jake Kramer. Nice job. Hits Kramer. He's up over the 30-yard line. It's real close to a first down.
He's got a first.
And it is, in fact, a midfield first down with 7:32 left here in the fourth quarter. The Warriors are marching.
Well, they've got 35 yards passing here in the second half, and the combination of Swain being able to keep things alive with his feet, it's really, key play. Also, the offensive line doing a great job of staying with their blocks, giving him an opportunity to roll out.
Swain back to pass again. He's got a man open.
Nice move by
That's
Kramer.
a beautiful job by Kramer.
Looks like they might have a face mask on it as well.
I think they're going to add that on as he's taken down about the 22-yard line. Jerry, you were talking about the offensive line. I just want to give a shout out to Matt Levin, Andrew Collins, Mike Welsh, Dre Lucchese, and Riley Beef, all in there pulling their weight. Oh, and I see Kevin Sewell's in there right now. That's the Medfield offensive line. Levens, Collins, Lucchese, Soul, and Beef. It's a 1st and 10. The ball's on the 13-yard line after the penalty. Medfield in the red zone with a 1st down here from the 13-yard line. Spread formation. Swain hands off to Bedosian. He's running left to right. He's got a little room. Harry picks it up. He gets up over the 10, taken down around the 7-yard line.
Now, it looks like he picked up about 5 there, Pete.
I would call it more like the 9-yard line on that. Nice job by Harry.
Now, this points out, Pete, how important that last drive at the end of the half. If they get points on that drive, really, as you're looking at the game right now, the 22 points, a big hole for them to have to dig out of.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to start it with getting some points here.
And here goes Harry Bedosian again. He's running from right to left this time. Harry gets in over the 5-yard line. Medfield's got to get up to about the 3 in order to get a 1st down. Looks like it's going to be a 3rd down and 1.
5:50 left here in the 4th quarter, Pete, so scoring quickly would certainly help, and they still do have 3 timeouts.
Peter Goomis is the fullback here with Bedosian and Kramer in the backfield. Hand up goes to Goomis.
Sure, Goomis got it. I think it might be a little short. See where they mark it. We are about the 35-yard line opposite.
Yeah.
So they did.
So it is going to be a 1st and goal
I think
for
they're
the
measuring it. Ooh. Surprised they're not going to at least measure that.
It's going to be a 4th down coming up.
White, that's their first timeout.
That timeout's on Medfield. It's going to bring up a 4th and less than a yard. The entire offensive team is over there circling around Coach Mike Slayson, the Tri-Valley League Coach of the Year, and his offensive coordinator, Nick. As they're going to try to come up with a proper play, Nick Stevens is the offensive coordinator. They're going to come up with a kind of play that can put the Warriors in the end zone and close this gap.
Keep the hope alive. That's what I say. Keep the hope alive.
Well, we have 5:20 left here in this Super Bowl contest. Medfield is the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions in Division III. And they've really had their hands full with Swampscott today. They brought a lot to the table.
Well, the fact that you look at Swampscott with their spread offense caused a number of matchup problems for Medfield at different points during this game. A combination of some challenges up the middle and also, spreading them out so much really put a lot of pressure on everyone to stay home. Big play here.
4th and a yard for the Warriors. There's a whistle.
Timeout, Swampscott.
Timeout on the field.
Josh, timeout.
Boy, they couldn't have waited much longer in order to call that particular timeout.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let him get away with that, to be honest with you. That was I can see in the pros freezing kickers,
right.
But a little surprised they were able to call that timeout so late.
That was very, very late.
Now, this is the overload diesel we saw really for the first time against Abington, where you'd see the extra running backs on the left-hand side.
Yep.
And it looked like they had created a pretty good wall there to be able to pick up the 1st down there. So shame that play wasn't able to be run.
Sometimes that happens, but I would agree with you. I was surprised that they were able to get the timeout called. As I say, it's a 4th down and less than 1 for the Warriors. They're in on the 4-yard line, in desperate need of breaking the ice and getting some points on the board here. 5:20 left in this Super Bowl tilt. Swampscott Big Blue against the Medfield Warriors.
It's interesting, Pete. Medfield has run 20 more plays than Swampscott. And so, that's the kind of statistic we've seen repeatedly, although we haven't seen the 22-0 on the other side of it on the points.
Swain calling signals under center. He's got to keep it himself. I think he's got the 1st down. But he almost had, it looked like he had a little misstep there right off the
Yeah, it
bat.
looked like his back foot slid a bit.
Play. It's a first down.
See one of the midfield linemen limping a little bit as well. Trying to
Well, they
catch
played a
that
lot
number.
of football, Pete. You know, you think about it since Thanksgiving, they had 5 days off before the playoff game, and here this is 3 days off. It's their fourth, 4 days, and they're playing again.
First and goal for the Warriors. The ball's on the 2-yard line, trailing 22-0. Swain in shotgun formation. Hands out to Hostovsky. He gets knocked in the backfield and can't get around the corner. He gets taken down at the 5. It's a loss of 3.
I don't like the call.
I kind of wonder why Swain didn't keep it himself that
Yeah,
time.
or at this point in time, they've been able to do stuff up the middle. This is a slow developing, wide angle play. You don't have a lot of room down here. So when you're starting from the 2 or 3 yard line, those wide plays, unless you've got an off tackle where you're able to be able to bust it up, and the misdirection didn't work.
Well, now it's a second and goal from the 5 for the Warriors. Back to Swain. He's looking in the end zone.
He's open.
Oh, and in and out of the hands of Mark Hostovsky. He was open on the sideline.
Pass is incomplete. Intended receiver on the pass play, number 26.
That's a
Stone.
No, not Harry Stone.
no. That was Mark Hostovsky.
The cornerback for Swampscott slipped there, and Hostovsky, if he catches it, he's walking into the end zone.
That's going to bring up a third and goal from the 5 for the Warriors. They certainly are having trouble penetrating the goal line.
Well, the only good news on that, it did stop the clock, and you're going to run 2 plays here anyway. But I'm a little surprised. This would have been what I would have done on first down at the 2.
Yep. The overload Diesel to the right. Here, got Harry Bedosi. He's going to get in. Oh, he's just knocked out of bounds at the
Wow.
1 yard line. Looked like Harry Bedosi was going to break the plane.
Carry shy.
They better get up there and run this quickly. Oh, he got out of bounds, so they stopped the clock. Okay.
And on the offensive line, I see Riley Beath coming in. I see Chris Ripp coming in.
Inside the 1 yard line for midfield, 4th.
At the 4th down, the ball's on the 1 yard line. Medfield has still been shut out here with 4 minutes to go in this Super Bowl contest.
Hopefully Collins registered as eligible. That would be my hope.
Here's the
I
big
don't think he's
house
getting the ball in the air,
backfield.
but
Swain hits to Hostovsky. He looks like he's in.
they didn't call him though.
And it's
touchdown.
a touchdown. Mark Hostovsky puts Midfield on the board with 3:42 left here in the third quarter. Makes the score 22-6. Didn't really think we'd be in this position this late in the game, Jerry, but we sure are. 22-6 as we stand here with 3:52 to go.
Well, as we've seen all year, Medfield has a lot of weapons, and to see Hostovsky able to punch it in there, with the beef in front of them, they're going back to the beef formation, power eye right.
Going for a 2-point conversion. Swain's going to
rolling
keep
out.
it himself. He's rolling to his right. He's looking in the end zone. He's going to force the ball.
There was no one open. The challenge with that,
Pass is incomplete.
Swampscott dropped back into coverage. There
Yes,
was no one open. He was going to, you've got nothing to lose to throw
Right.
that ball. And forcing it in, at least making a chance, is better than running it out of bounds, because nothing good can happen unless you throw the ball there. They read it very well.
Yep, it's very good defensive coverage that time. There were pursuit on Luke Swain, and there was coverage in the end zone. But Medfield is on the board, trailing now 22-6.
What we need, Pete, is that Andrew Reinhardt drill it at the front of their kick receiving team that we saw to start the game.
Yeah.
So, that was one of the best onside kicks I've ever seen, unintentional, but
That was a very interesting play, and it was interesting the way it turned out.
But again, Medfield running 59 plays to Swampscott only running 33. It's if you weren't looking at the scoreboard and just looked at sheer number of plays, you would say this is a typical Medfield game, and they're
Right.
probably up 14-6 in something that's pretty ugly with a lot of ball control kind of thing happening. So
Well, Medfield is going to kick off here. Andrew Reinhardt is giving the instructions to the team, and there's the onside kick.
Yeah.
Swampscott's able to catch it and fall down, and they're going to take over at their own 49-yard line with 3:51 left here in this Super Bowl contest.
Reinhardt's kick was picked up by number 3, Ryan Squires. So Swampscott has the ball.
So Medfield is going to go on the defense here with just under 4 minutes left here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass., home of the New England Patriots. Swampscott in shotgun formation, as they have been every play this game. Kinsley calling signals, hands off, and he's hit hard at the line of initial contact, but he's still moving as Andre Albahala drags him down.
Kyle Shonio. Andre Albahala, along with Mike Welch, making the defensive stop for the Warriors.
Mike Welsh in along with Andre Albahala to make that tackle.
So far they've racked up about 140 yards of running and are over 100 yards passing. So while they haven't had as many plays, they've been very productive.
Swampscott with a 2nd and 2, hand out to Shonio. And he breaks the tackle. And he reverses field. He's going for a seam. And he gets dragged down inside the 20-yard line. Boy, he was hitting the backfield. He was unable to make the tackle.
It looks like Kramer came up and unfortunately wasn't able to hold on. That would look like a loss, and unfortunately he ended up breaking it for
big game.
20 yards.
Yep, that was a big, big game.
Swampscott's too good a team with too many weapons to miss those tackles.
Shotgun formation, split receivers to both sides, 4 receivers in the pattern. Handoff goes to Levin. He bursts through the line. There's a helmet-to-helmet hit there at the end of the play. Mark Kostovsky getting his licks in.
Kostovsky defensively for the Warriors.
Ball's going to be marked about the 12-yard line as the wind really picks up here.
8 yards of the play.
That gives them over 100 yards running in the second half.
12-yard line. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, the Swampscott team is a high-powered team. They're a very good team. Probably the best team we've seen this year.
No doubt. Well, and it's their offense, has really done it. Medfield's been able to move the ball, not punching in until late, but you got to give the offense credit. 2nd
and 2 from the 12. That's Shonio. Gets away from the first hit once again, and he drives it in over the 5-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and goal for Swampscott at about the 3-yard line. Just under 2 minutes left here.
Well, Medfield's forced to have to be overly aggressive here, and that's opening up some wide gaps. They're trying to shoot the gaps, disrupt them in the backfield, get the turnover. And when you're doing that, when you're overextending, it's creating a lot of lanes, a lot of places for them to be able to run. Unfortunately, that's all Medfield. They have to do it at this point. They have to be aggressive.
You're absolutely right. 1st and goal here, about balls on the 3-yard line. Kinsley hands off.
Nice hit.
Mike Welsh makes the big tackle in the backfield, knocks him back to about the 5-yard line.
11, carry.
Also, Captain Chris Ripp in there.
Captain Mike Welch for Medfield on the defensive stop.
Jerry, because this is the last game of the season, I think I'll take a minute here and just name off the seniors. Harry Bedosian, Chris Ripp, Luke Swain, Andrew Reinhardt, Nick Iverson, Max Zuccarini, Mark Kostovsky, David Aldinger, Pat McClay, James Thomas, Dre Lucchese, Andrew Collins, Dave DeForest, Citron Shivukula, sorry I can't pronounce your name, I apologize, Michael Welsh, John Warren, Nat Levin, Riley Beath, and William Stanton. All Medfield seniors playing their last game, but playing their game at Gillette Stadium in the Super Bowl.
Well, Pete, considering that no one, even with 2 weeks left in this season, thought Medfield would be in this position, You got to give a lot of credit to the coaches, to the players. Medfield played as a team. They play with a lot of class this year. They won as a team. Today, you got to tip your cap to Swampscott. They did a heck of a job.
Yep.
They did things we hadn't seen done to Medfield this year, in particular on moving the ball. But we knew their offense was going to be potent, and we knew that Medfield was going to have their hands full. But they have not only nothing to be ashamed of, they have all year long really overachieved given where they were coming into the season with the loss of Lane. And you got to give Slayson credit for putting together a team that played hard every single game, hit hard, played hard, and I want to congratulate Medfield Warriors for really a remarkable season.
I'd like to second that, Jerry. They really did come out of nowhere. We weren't sure what kind of team they were going to have this year, with an entirely new backfield and loss of, as you say, 20 seniors. But the coaching staff of Mike Slayson and Nick Stevens and Eric Ornberg and Brian Gavigan and Vinnie Joseph have really brought this team together. The seniors have grown. The captains have shown them the way to play. They surprised us. They won on Thanksgiving Day. We waited with that suspense afterwards for 15 minutes as we heard about the Holliston loss. We went into Stonehill College and beat Abington in the first round of the playoffs, and they got all the way back to the Super Bowl this year. It's been a great year for Medfield football.
A lot of good football for the Warriors, and they're left in a position where they've got some players like Donnelly, Goomis, some of the leaders this year are going to be back next year. So, they've got Chris Warren coming up. I know he's a JV quarterback, a heck of an athlete.
Yep.
So they've got some athletes. They've still got the good coaching. They've got, players like Sewell on the line who are big. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
So this is a team that I think we're going to continue to see compete aggressively in the Tri-Valley League, and hope to see continued great things from them.
I think you're absolutely right, Jerry. And I couldn't have put it better myself. I just want to say what a pleasure it's been for me to be able to participate with the broadcast this year, to go along with the ride here for Medfield High School. But all good things must come to an end. So for my cameraman, Nathan Grossman, Jeremy Potts, the executive director of Medfield TV, Mr. Jason Daniels, I'm Pete Kenny saying thank you for watching, and we'll see you next year. You've been watching Medfield TV. Looks like we're just about ready for some